Today on DC News Now, more rain is hitting the DMV. Meteorologist Damon Matson is tracking when the wet weather hits you.
An empty school building in Montgomery County catches on fire hours later. Crews working to put out the flames. We'll bring you those details.
Well, hundreds of kids in Prince George's County are getting a free new pair of sneakers. I'll tell you about how they feel about it and the organization behind it.
Also, we're saving you tons this spooky season. Find out where you can get the best costumes and candy for a fraction of the price. And if you've ever been to the National Mall, you know it's hard to find a restroom. But that may soon change. How the district is improving access. Well, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. Breaking now in Prince George's County, Maryland. First responders have given the all clear after a suspicious package was found at the Bank of America at the Iverson Mall. That's on the 3700 block of Branch Avenue in Hillcrest Heights. That's where we find DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg. Daniel, what are we learning?
Oh, Mark, this happened just before 9 a.m. Police were called here for a suspicious package right inside of this Bank of America. You can see it is now reopened. People are starting to use the ATM machine outside. What they found inside happened to be a suitcase. Now, when police arrived, they also found what appeared to be a clock next to that suitcase. So they were quite concerned, called the fire department's bomb squad. A robot observed the package. They did an X-ray and determined that there was no explosive contents inside, and it was opened by bomb technicians and determined to be safe. Now, they couldn't determine, again, initially if there was a wire running from the clock to the suitcase. So that is why there was such a big response here, that the mall was evacuated as well as the Bank of America. Here's what the assistant fire chief had to say about why they got this response.
We handle this matter as an abundance of caution. In this day and age, you can't be too safe, especially when there's an item with some sort of clock or time piece next to it.
Now, there is surveillance video from inside. The assistant chief tells us that they do believe they have a clear picture of who left it, though they don't believe that it was criminal in nature. Of course, that is yet to be determined. We're live in Hillcrest Heights. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
All right, Daniel, thank you. Meteorologist Damon Matson joins us now with a check on the forecast. Damon, day 3 of the new week. Day 3 of rainy, dreary weather.
This rain just will not stop, Mark. That is for sure. But again, this is not a heavy, substantial rain that's causing us problems. It's just more of a nuisance that, yes, we are still going to have to deal with as we move through the middle part of the week here now into this Wednesday afternoon. Rain showers, they've been rolling through at times through the morning. Now, as we get beyond 12 p.m. here, it's not quite as active on the radar loop. Just a couple of batches of those slightly steadier showers showing up over Loudoun County, back into the eastern panhandle of West Virginia. But despite the quiet look here at this moment, don't expect it to stay that way. We will continue to see more waves of rainfall as we go through the afternoon into your Wednesday evening as well. No let up in this current wet weather. Temperatures today, though, despite the clouds and the rain continuing, will nudge back up a little bit. Yesterday we stayed in the 60s. Today, we should climb back up to the low to mid 70s. Just a small improvement in that regard. Now, the other big story here on the weather front, we were talking about Helene yesterday. It formed into a tropical storm. As of just an hour ago, the National Hurricane Center has upgraded Helene to a Category 1 hurricane as it starts to emerge in the Gulf of Mexico. So a very dangerous situation unfolding for parts of the Gulf Coast. Again, could we see some rainfall from this tropical system to add on to our current soggy weather that we have out there right now? We'll have that answer in your full forecast coming up here in just a bit.
Damon, thank you. Crews in Montgomery County battling smoke and flames at an empty school this morning. That fire started around 9 last night at Joanne Leck Elementary. DC News Now's Tosin Fakili is in Silver Spring with more.
Well over 10 hours later, it's Wednesday morning, and that fire that started Tuesday night continues. Take a look at that. The flames, fire crews have been fighting to put out the flames at this empty building. And I guess that's what some of the good news in it is. Fire officials say this building, Joanne Leck Elementary School, was set to be demolished, and the students were already relocated and not using the building, but it has suffered pretty extensive damage. Fire officials say they were a couple miles away responding to a different call when they received the call for a fire here at this elementary school. It started at about 9 Tuesday night. We're told someone passing by called it in. Fire officials say it was a pretty big fire and was advanced when they arrived on the scene, and crews had some access issues while trying to put out the flames.
The access was a little limited for us initially. We had to open up some fences. Obviously, there was a lot of construction equipment in the area as well, so that had to be used. But again, we went in to do some of the interior attack initially, but because of the large volume of fire, we did the exterior attack, knocked it down.
As for the extent of the damage, what we know so far is officials say from the middle hallway, some classrooms, all the way to the gym has been impacted. In Montgomery County, I'm Tosin Fakile. Back to you.
Tosin, thank you. Developing now, a woman is dead in Prince George's County, Maryland, and police are searching for the shooter. Investigators say that she was found in a home around 11 last night near 62nd and Eastern Avenue in Fairmont Heights. According to police, the woman had several gunshot wounds. Detectives say that they're working to identify the suspect or suspects and a motive. Anyone with information is asked to contact Prince George's County Police. And dozens of students at Prince George's County Elementary School will benefit from a good deed today by getting a brand new pair of free sneakers. And that's all through the nonprofit Souls for Souls. DC News Now's Jean-Marie Sissay spoke to students about how the impact will have, what the impact will have on them.
Now take a look at all of these sneakers. Hundreds of students right here at Stoughton Elementary School will get a free pair of sneakers, and that's all thanks to Soul for Souls, impacting more than 10,000 students across the DMV.
I got new shoes.
Students at Stoughton Elementary School walked out in excitement with a brand new pair of kicks.
I feel like really happy taking home new pairs of sneakers because I don't have that many sneakers.
And that's all thanks to the nonprofit Souls for Soul. As part of their For Every Kid initiative, they give away free new athletic shoes to students experiencing homelessness across the U.S.
That affects their attendance, it affects their participation, it affects their self-esteem and confidence, and their grades. We level the playing field for those students so that access to education and activity is a little bit more achievable.
Put your heel right here. Yep, perfect job.
Each student was sized, matched with a personal shopper to get their favorite shoes, fitted.
I think too tight or too loose.
And they got to go home with new sneakers.
I feel as though the students having these brand new, brand name shoes is going to boost some of their morale. And it also says that someone loves them and someone is thinking about them and cares about them.
Although not all students here at Stoughton Elementary are experiencing homelessness, they do believe that it's best to serve all students in the school.
And they just seem very overwhelmed but overjoyed. They're happy. These are the type of things we love to see, especially in our community schools.
Now, Prince George's County School says they will continue to work with Soul for Souls. And for more information about the nonprofit, you can visit our website, dcnewsnow.com. Reporting in Stoughton, I'm Jean-Marie Sissay, DC News Now.
All right, thanks, Marie. Now, back to school means back to kids coming home sick, and the Lucy School in Western Maryland is working to stop that trend. They're emphasizing regular hand washing and are cleaning down communal tables before every lunch block. The head of the school says that he hopes these steps will help keep the students healthy.
Whenever you're working with little kids, there's always a mishap that might happen. I know we've had a couple of kids that have gotten sick to their stomachs this year. But I would say it's pretty usual in terms of how many kids are going out for sickness.
And he went on to say that it's important for parents to communicate with schools about what's going on with their child. That way they can make sure that other students aren't also getting sick. Well, this is not a trick. A new report shows that shoppers are gearing up for Halloween before October, which means the time to buy is now. DC News Now's Ben Dennis is helping you stretch your dollar on where to find the costumes and the treats and decorations so you're not haunted by the bill.
some tricks to treat yourself if you're trying to save money. The National Retail Federation says nearly 3 in 4 people plan to celebrate Halloween. As 2 local moms describe, celebrating Halloween on a dime does not involve smoke and mirrors. Whether you're near a costume closet or perusing the aisles of big box stores, yikes. Sticker shock could cause fright this Halloween. Holiday spending has only gone up in recent years, spending to reach $11.6 billion this year, according to the National Retail Federation, estimating $104 spent per person. So, how to be a jack-o'-lantern without a jacked-up price?
We collect costumes all year long.
Megan McCune is among local moms finding success with community costume swaps. She helps organize one in D.C. Other communities could benefit similarly. Kids, especially those who may not be able to afford costumes, turning into characters from comic book superheroes to real heroes here on Earth.
This year we set up donation sites on 12 porches across our community, meaning that a neighbor could very conveniently just walk maybe a block or two to donate a costume.
Over in Montgomery County,
I got her a Superwoman costume, which thankfully she approved of, and hopefully it'll stay that way until October 31st.
Lauren Gajadira grabbed her kids' costumes online.
My daughter's costume I got from Facebook Marketplace. So I paid $8 for the whole lot, which included 6 or 7 pairs of pants, like 6 or 7 pairs of shorts, some dresses, the costume.
Consider thrift stores for creative costume building and discount retailers. Take Five Below, where we found Halloween decor to spruce and spook up your dinner table, and lawn inflatables when it's time for trick or treat. If you are uncertain if costume exchange events are near you, consider searching community social media groups or even contacting local community nonprofits and schools. They may know of one near you. Ben Dennis, DC News Now.